Hello everyone, hope you're all doing great and welcome to the channel. In today's video we are going to be talking about how should we manage colors in SwiftUI. So I'm going to show you color assets and stuff in this video, but before that let's go ahead and build a nice example. So first of all, I'm using Xcode 14 version Xcode version 14 beta 2 here. Okay, and today we're going to be looking at along with the colors, we're going to also look at how do we create a new control that was introduced in SwiftUI 4 called grid control. Okay, so or grid view. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and lay out our example first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a VStack, and inside the VStack I'm going to post this text actually, you know what, let's remove this and let's use a grid directly. Okay, so we're going to use the grid. Grid takes grid row, so we're going to take that, and now we're going to actually give it a content. For the content, what we're going to do is we should create a new view. So we're going to create a view called grid cell. Okay, and this grid cell is basically going to take two parameters. Okay, so it's going to take system name, which is going to be string type, and title, which is going to be string type as well. And we're going to create simply an H stack. All right, and this H stack is going to have an image with system name, and we're going to pass the system name right there, and a text for the title. Okay, just like that. All right, so now with that cell created, we're going to simply call grid cell, and we're going to give it a system name. So we're going to start with heart, and for the title I'm going to say it's going to be dev techie. Okay, I'm going to define a max width here, and I'm going to say max width is going to be infinity, and there's going to be some padding around this, and also some background, and we're going to use orange color with gradient. Now for this cell, we're going to say grid cell columns is going to be 2, so this grid row is going to take 2 columns, which is going to be fulfilled when we create a grid row that has the next items. So next item is going to have 2 grid cells, so grid cell. Okay, and it's going to have one for Swift, and this is going to be SwiftUI, and let's give it a padding, and also, so I'm going to copy these 2 right here, or actually these 3 right here, and I'm going to put it and color this blue. Okay, so let's go ahead and wait for. Alright, so I'm going to create another cell right here, and this next one is going to be a gear with title UI kit, and let's give this an indigo color. Okay, so let's go ahead and build, and let's see what's going on for the preview. Okay, so we're going to refresh the preview, and as you can see right now, we are only seeing just this. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually run this on in our simulator, and let's see what seems to be the problem as. Okay, so what we should see is basically just like dev techie, we're showing that cell. We should be seeing 2 more cells like right underneath here. Okay, I'll wait for this to launch. Till the time we are waiting, I'm gonna actually put some padding around this. So let's go ahead and collapse this as well, and we are going to actually add some padding around the grid, just like that, and we're gonna give this a font of title 3, and the foreground color to be white. Okay, all right, so our view is launching, so let me go ahead and relaunch this. All right, this can happen because this is our beta version. Okay, this All right, so let me pause the video and see when the view shows up, then I'll resume. All right, I think I see the problem. Let's change this to backgrounds. Instead of background style, actually, we need to have this as a background. Okay, so that should actually fix the issue. Let's hope. Okay, there we go. So this is much better. So as you can see, we are actually getting a nice grid here. And now with this grid in place, we can actually start talking about the topic for today, which is how do you manage asset catalog for colors. Okay, so basically what we can do is instead of relying on system colors, we can create our own custom colors. Now these colors can come from your designers or something, or you can basically pick them up from some website like flat colors or something. So let's say if I have a flat UI color website, I'm gonna go to that website right now, and we're gonna actually pick let's pick this one. Okay, so we have these colors, right? Whenever we are actually trying to copy these colors, what's going to happen is it's going to color the hex code for the color. Now we want to bring that hex code, and usually we actually write some sort of utility in order to basically get those colors in. But there's another way where you can create your own color set within the assets. Okay, so let's go ahead and choose that. So do actually that. We can actually create a color set. So what we're going to do is I'm going to choose these two colors, okay, Orangeville and First Date, and we can actually bring these two colors in. And we need actually three colors. So let's bring this pink glamour as well. Bring pink glamour. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do first is we're going to create, we're going to go to assets, and we're going to right click and create a new color set. Okay, now this color set, we can actually give these names. So Orangeville is, let's give this Orangeville. Okay, and we are going to basically just have the any appearance color. And I'm going to open this right here and change to have the, instead of floating point, hexadecimal. Okay, and right here I'm going to paste this color and hit enter, and that will actually change this color to Orangeville for us. All right, now what I'm going to do is for the dark, I'm going to copy and paste the same thing, and like that I'm going to create another color. And let's go back and let's copy First Date, and we're gonna simply say First Date, and once again we're gonna choose these two, and we're gonna change wait a minute, we're gonna change the input method to be the hexadecimal, and we're gonna remove the existing value and replace it with our copied value in the clipboard. And let's copy the third one. Okay, pink glamour. So pink glamour. Okay, and once again we're gonna select these two. We're gonna change the input method, and we're gonna have that color right there. Okay, so now we have these three colors listed. We are going to create a new class. So basically this class is or struct is basically going to be our helper, which is gonna help manage all these colors for us. So in order to centralize that experience, what we're going to do is I'm going to create that experience, that class right here, in order to keep everything contained. But ideally you're going to create a util folder and put that struct right there. So I'm going to create a struct called color manager. Okay, and inside the color manager we're going to create some static variables, so static let and all those colors. So Orangeville, all right, so that's going to be the Orangeville color, and we're going to simply call the Orangeville right here using the color using the color view initializer. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing for the next one, which is going to be first date. First date, and static let. Last one is pink glamour, so pink glamour. Okay, and we're gonna have color just with the same name, like so. Okay, all right, so these are our three colors. So what we can do is now we can use this directly via color manager. So notice that we have these colors defined, and there are, like, strings that are being passed, and these strings needs to be the same as these. So I'm gonna make sure that these are same by copying and pasting here. So that's another way. Should have done that originally, so let me do it quickly right here just to make sure all the spellings are consistent. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna after this we don't have to worry about, like, referencing these using string literals. We can literally use this with the help of color manager in a much more typed fashion. So let's go ahead and see how we can do that. So simply here we're gonna say color manager dot, and let's start, like, let's use first date, and then we're gonna use the other one, color manager, and then we collapse this so we can have, like, a little bit more room. Color manager dot Orangeville, and here, right here, we're gonna say color manager dot pink glamour. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this with those three colors in place, and what we expect to see is basically have those three colors reflected right here, and they do. Okay, so we have these colors. Now we have, like, an easier API to manage our colors. So as you're building up your theme, you can start, like, having those colors reflected. Now the beauty of this is if you have a different variation for the dark mode, you can actually reflect that, and as you change the dark mode, it's gonna basically reflect those changes for you. For example, if we change now we have, like, these colors selected. If we change to floating point, our colors should be retained, and I'm gonna open the basically the color panel, and I'm gonna make this let's make this a little bit more dark. Okay, for the dark mode I'm gonna do the same thing for the orange. So okay, I just want to make sure, like, that we see the difference between these three. So for that reason I'm actually, or let's change it this way. Okay, perfect. So now when we have these colors defined with, like, any mode and dark mode, we can simply, so let me go ahead and rerun this. We have these three colors with these three variations for the dark mode. I'm going to toggle the dark mode right here, and going to say dark appearance, and as soon as I do that, like, there we have it. Your dark mode is active, and if you notice, the colors actually match, right? So it's automatically adapting between those two values of dark mode. Now you can see it a little bit better. So what we can do is I'm gonna basically extract this grid, or actually, yeah, so let's do this. Let's copy this, and I'm gonna say dot prefer color scheme dot dark, and the regular one is gonna be right at the bottom. Okay, let's go ahead and run this. Let's see, like, if this works. I'm also experimenting, so I'm gonna actually change this. Okay, so it's actually applying prefer darks theme for the entire grid. Okay, so yeah, that didn't work. Okay, anyways, remove this. It did not work, so I guess yeah, there we go. Okay, so that experiment failed. That's okay. sometimes experiments do fail. So I'm going to simply collapse this guy right here, and once again what I'm going to do is I am going to hold this right next to these. Okay, so now you can see basically the view on the side, and I'm going to toggle this between two states. So dark appearance, light, dark, light. So as you can see, our changes are reflecting properly, and you didn't have to write any custom code to check and make sure, like, you know, that your view actually adapts to those dark modes. So that's the benefit of basically using your asset colors. Okay, so for that reason I thought, like, you know, this will be a good way to manage your colors. So one more thing I wanted to try is, like, you know, this new gradient property. So let me go ahead and try. Like I said, well, we have already failed one experiment, so it doesn't hurt to fail another one. So I want to actually try the gradient property and see if the gradient actually works with the custom colors, and they do. As you can see, there's a slight gradient that's been applied to all of these, and it actually works. So it is awesome. All right, SwiftUI is awesome. Okay, cool. So with that, that's it for this video. And first of all, thank you so much once again for watching the video. And I'm gonna quickly pitch in about devtechie.com. If you haven't checked out, do check it out. There's a lot of content at devtechie.com, like, you know, video courses, and subscribe to our weekly newsletter, and you'll get actually like notifications when we are posting something new. We have a new blog, community blog, which is actually which has 117 articles at this point. There are, like, you know, a whole bunch of articles about SwiftUI 4, what's new in it, and, like, you know, with detailed examples. So go ahead and check this out. Like, you know, this is yours to basically use, and it's all free. And there are some courses, some are free, some are paid. Do check it out if you like to support us, like, you know, buy these courses and stuff. But yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys. But yes, there are, like, you know, a whole bunch of resources that are there for you to consume about SwiftUI. All right, with that, thank you so much. If you haven't liked our video, please like and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you.